Loading into Skyrim here. Starting with a sneak tutorial to follow up with a stealth archer. So, if you're new to Skyrim, this is a little bit after the intro, so not complete spoilers, but this is our target for power leveling our sneak. So, as soon as he cuts loose here, start doing stuff. You can make all 100 points into sneak before you're done with this intro section. So, I'm going to actually do a full playthrough here because that will be simpler, and then we'll cover the actual health part of it when we can here in a minute. So, the first thing to do is wait until you knife. A knife for everything. So, like most intros, this takes a minute. Also, another tip is collect all the arrows you can find, because you can might as well level some points in archery while you're here. Alright, that's all heavy armor. What we want is the daggers. Really all we're here for right now. Perfect. Daggers. Alright. Now we got some more people to kill, stuff to do, and then we'll get to the dragon still lurking. If you're new to Skyrim, you're like, what dragon? Don't worry about it. Having some mouse traveling latency issues. I'm randomly scrolling around for no reason. Why? More daggers just because. Potions, handy dandy stuff. General rule of thumb is loot everything, but we're not too worried about that right now. Still No, we can't get in here yet because, well, it's locked. But here, buy more stuff to sell. Find your starter lockpick. Yeah, might as well pick this one too since we're here. Doesn't do us any good, but it's here. Moving on. More free stuff. Alright. Useful. Cool. Continuing on here. More or less straightforward as far as getting through. Well, archers out here, people to kill. Alright, so this one's got a bow. So we're going to want to grab a bow and arrow. Because we can work on leveling our archer also while we're here. And we're lagging. Ugh. Alright. In there. Now you'll see a lot of little ledges like this in the game, just in general, so you really want to go look and make sure there's not loot or something. Same thing with random hallways, you're going to want to check and see what goes. Never know when they're going to hide bags of money at the end of the road. Or secret staircase. Or stuff in general like that. So, good things to be aware of. Bridge used to go that way. To go that way anymore. And this doesn't help us at all. We can see where we want to go, but that doesn't work. So, normally when you're in this, you'll figure out pretty quick which direction they want you to go. Otherwise, you can always use the map overlays as well. Oh, moving forward here. More money. Money's good. We like money. Spiders down here. Cool. Alright. Down the hallways. Alright. So out there, sleeping bear. Let the bear. Oh, wait. Get up here. And he tells you right here, hey, there's a bear. Go stealth. So, this is where you start leveling up your... He is a unkillable, non-hostile NPC. So, you can attack him. Generally, it's best from like this kind of an angle. You kind of have to be at the side. Otherwise, some of the time it doesn't count. I will say, do not put the perks into backstab and sneak and stuff while you're here. Otherwise, it makes this process a really long process. Because, well, you'll pretty much bring him down to like no hit points. Some of the time, the hitbox is a little wonky, so you do kind of have to get a feel for. But you can literally sit here and level him all the way through 100 on sneak. We're not getting the procs because he's standing in just the wrong place. We gotta push him around a little bit until we can get it to go again. It's a little finicky. Now we're just leveling one-handed. You can tell we're not really doing much in the way of damage. We can also use the bow and arrows that we got to do this. Doesn't take real long. Honestly, what I normally do is I back him into a corner so he doesn't run away, and then you kind of solidify the angle. If you push him too close, you try aggro on the bear. Now, technically, you could legendary out sneak, rinse and repeat, but you can see when you get the angle right. Just, I mean, you're cranking stealth works. So you just keep doing this until you're happy. Takes this health bar a little bit to recharge when it's done. You can technically just melee push him around, but sometimes you have to just to get him to line up better so you can get around him. Give him a minute here. With no perks, we're already doing 3-time backstab multipliers for your sneak damage. Daggers go for a lot. Not with the perks. We'll cover that here in a minute once we cap out. One-handed 24. We're not too worried about the one-handed. We're mostly just here for sneak. Now, obviously, we would have killed like 15 Niner by now. But since it's letting us just keep hitting him and then it's resetting his bar, we can just
keep going at it. Some of the NPCs with some of the stuff when you're trying to do this, they'll glitch out and it won't count while they're dead. Luckily for us, this is not that NPC and this is not the case. Normally you're about one-handed 30 unless you really want to just stick around, keep wailing. We gotta push him around a little bit. One closer to the bear. Not really where I want him. There we go. Now we can push him back up, away from the ring. $70 in sneak, we're almost there. So we just rinse and repeat this definitely. What I don't remember is if we pickpocket him if he gets mad at us, because I want to say he does. Or you can't pickpocket him, which is also looking like the case. It won't let me. Yeah, person can't be pickpocketed. Alright. A couple more minutes of this and we'll be good. Some of it is distance too. If you're too close, some of the time it won't proc. But of course, if you're too far away, you can't actually hit him. If you can get him backed into a corner like this, it's great. And you can just keep going. Pretty boring rinse and repeat, but I mean, to walk out with full perks, totally worth it. Where you going, dude? He's traveling on his own, apparently. Hey, go the other way. somebody just jumped on the live stream, so just do the intro here, and then power leveling sneak involves beating repeatedly because he's an unkillable, non-hostile NPC, and then we can progress with our life. So we've been at this for probably 4 minutes or so. And we're at 85 sneak. And the intro caves just after this opening credits and all, so real early game. Super helpful little trick though. Then when we're done leveling out sneak, we'll crouch and we'll just switch to our bow and shell whatever shots we've got with our arrows. Because you might as well gain a few extra archery perks, especially if you're going stealth archer. And he's back. We no longer have the right angle, but I kind of push him out a little bit and get him off a wall. There we go. Now, if you screw up and make all the multipliers, because at this point we've banged a bunch of levels just from doing this, then this process goes way, way slower because you like two-shot him. So I don't recommend taking the perks. I screwed that up the last time I did this on my personal playthrough, and I forgot. This was like a, I don't know, 45-minute or something process because I had to keep waiting for him to respawn. $94. Technically, you could legendary out the trees and then rinse and repeat indefinitely if you wanted to just max out one-handed archery. Yeah, max out archery. I have enough arrows down here, but if you wanted to work on one-handed, you totally could, and just stop doing sneak and just run around and attack him, because then you can, stagger both hands. That would go probably quicker than some of the other leveling tactics, but then you gotta re-level sneak as well. And if you're running stealth archer, you really don't care about your one-handed at all, because all you're gonna do is rock a bow the entire game. So serves no purpose for you. Just about done. Trying to like return to his point where he's supposed to be. Hey, come on. Couple more sneak hits and we're done. No, as soon as you kill the bear, he just runs through. So, at this point, we're at sneak 100. Go into our levels. Out of that. Pump him into health for now. So, level 18, right off the bat. Depending on what you plan on doing, obviously there's a lot of trees. You could go in here, hit space, turns it to legendary, and then resets all 100 of the points, and you can redo this. 20% harder to sneak. One-handed backstab does 6 times damage. Sneak attacks with bows do 3 times damage. And you can do the melee assassin build here as well. Sneak attacks with daggers do a 15 time damage. Walking and running doesn't affect detection. And crouching stops combat and forces distant opponents to search for target. This is useful. Sprinting while sneaking executes a silent roll. Honestly, I don't think I've ever used that. Lightfoot, super useful. You don't set off traps. Muffled armor. Armor noise is reduced by 50%. Obviously, that's helpful. And then the next tree to punch points into, if you're going straight off the bat, is going to be archery. Now, if you're going to go do the leveling trifecta for alchemy, blacksmithing, and enchanting, then I recommend taking points into alchemy early. I know people tend to favor towards blacksmithing. I tend to favor towards alchemy. Primary reasons being I can level it really quickly and make a lot more money quicker off of alchemy than I can off of either of the other two trees. When you start getting up to the point where you've got mid-tier potions that are running 6-8k a pop, you just hop around town, sell one to all the shopkeepers. You can sell potions to more shopkeepers than you can weapons and armor, so it enhances your capacity to trade with more traders and sell stuff to more merchants. So that's kind of the point there. Now that we're done leveling out sneak, we're going to jump in, switch to our bow. Got 50 arrows, we can just pin cushion. Might as well grab a few perks while we're here. Much like damage with the daggers, this should count for archery points. I feel like we should have levels on it. But definitely still counts for your sneak damage. The base is only a 2-time multiplier. The reason the stealth archer is so viable is because bows do a boatload of damage anyways, and you can pick up the conjuration bow stupid early which will probably be another video to do. Otherwise, you can power level through blacksmithing and do it that way. There we go. Like, I don't know why it's taking so long to level up, but it's just not logging the levels. Love him yelling at us that he's on our side. We know. But he's still going to be a human pincushion. $27. Archery takes a little while to level up, so this is always a good tip. Then we're going to go kill a bear. And from there, we're going to get out of this tutorial entry cave. And we'll save at that split. And then we will do another video another time. Alright. So, with that being done, we got 21 points in alchemy, or in lockpicking, so we made a couple of points. I want to say just one there. Capped out sneak, archery's at 27, one-handed's at 32. That being said, let's go kill a bear and get out of the entry here. See if we can do it without waking him up too much. Helps if you don't actually walk into him, but he's dead. Moving on. And here's our exit. You don't want to enable survival mode, especially if it's your first playthrough. He wants to talk to us. Cool. And that's it. So, entry cave is done. Got full sneak already. Third of the way leveled on our one-handed. Almost a third on our archery. And from there, there's a lot of directions you can go. So whether you're playing a thief, whether you're going to make the stealth archer, whether you just want to not have to farm sneak later in the game, really up to you. But that's the handy dandy sneak tutorial. So with that, I'm going to drop and I will see you guys soon. Have a good night.